Your internal thermostat suddenly breaks. Instead of maintaining 37 degrees, your body begins to generate heat without limit. The energy production is not linear, it accelerates. In a matter of seconds, your basal metabolic rate exceeds the output of a small nuclear power plant. Sweat glands attempt to compensate. They fail instantly. The water in your skin flashes into steam. This creates a thin, high-pressure envelope of vapor around your limbs. Your clothes don't just burn, they undergo sublimation. Cotton and polyester skip the liquid phase and turn straight into gas. The room temperature rises. The air begins to shimmer. Nearby furniture starts to smolder as the radiant heat transfers through the air. Cellular biology is now irrelevant. The proteins in your muscle tissue denature and unfold. This happens so fast that the structural integrity of your body remains momentarily intact, like a carbonized statue. The heat is now moving outward in a sphere of incandescent plasma. This is the Stefan Boltzmann law in action. Radiant energy increases to the fourth power of the temperature. A small increase in heat leads to a massive jump in output. The flooring beneath your feet melts into a pool of bubbling silica. Walls begin to glow a dull red. The oxygen in the room reacts with the carbon in the drywall. A localized firestorm erupts, fed by your own biological furnace. At this point, your nervous system has vaporized. You can no longer feel pain. This is a relief. The biological entity formerly known as a human is now essentially a very small, very angry star sitting in a living room. Things are about to get louder. The temperature reaches 10,000 Kelvin. This is hotter than the surface of the sun. The surrounding air is no longer gas, it is a plasma. The pressure differential between your core and the room creates a sonic boom that shatters every window in the neighborhood. The shockwave levels the house. Your body, now a sphere of fusion-level energy, sinks through the foundation. It melts through concrete and soil like a hot marble through butter. The ground cannot dissipate the heat fast enough. The surrounding earth turns to magma. This creates a miniature volcanic vent. The crust of the planet begins to bulge. Molten rock sprays into the atmosphere in a series of violent geysers. Every bird within a 5-mile radius is instantly cooked mid-flight. The sky turns a bruised purple as the atmosphere ionizes. The energy output continues to climb. The heat is now sufficient to trigger nuclear fusion in the hydrogen atoms of the surrounding moisture. You are no longer just a heat source, you are a thermonuclear event. The blast radius expands. A blinding flash of gamma radiation strips the ozone layer from the local atmosphere. The surrounding city is not burned, it is erased. Steel beams evaporate. Skyscrapers collapse as their structural supports turn into gas. The heat signature is so intense that satellites in low Earth orbit detect a new unplanned star on the surface of the planet. This creates a massive thermal plume that punches a hole straight through the stratosphere. The wind rushing back into this vacuum creates a hypercane, a storm with wind speeds exceeding 500 miles per hour. The ocean begins to boil where the shockwave hits the coast. Giant walls of steam roll inland, erasing everything that the initial flash missed. The landscape is now a smooth, glassy plain of obsidian. The escalation reaches a tipping point. The energy density at the center of the event exceeds the Tolman-Oppenheimer-Volkoff limit. Gravity takes over. The superheated plasma collapses under its own weight. A singularity forms where your heart used to be. The resulting black hole is tiny, but it is hungry. It begins to consume the remaining debris of the city. The Earth's crust buckles. The planet's rotation wobbles as the singularity drags the mantle toward the core. Huge chunks of the tectonic plates are sucked into the void. This triggers global volcanic eruptions. Every dormant volcano on Earth wakes up at once. The atmosphere is choked with ash. Sunlight is blocked. The surface temperature drops to freezing while the core of the planet is being eaten from the inside out. The event horizon expands at a steady pace. Within hours, the singularity has consumed the entire planetary mass. The Earth is gone. In its place is a small, spinning black hole. The solar system is now missing its third planet. The remaining planets shift their orbits slightly to compensate for the lost mass. The sun continues to shine, completely indifferent to the loss. The universe has lost one human and one planet. From a cosmic perspective, this is a negligible event. The total mass of the galaxy has barely shifted. The black hole will eventually evaporate via Hawking radiation over trillions of years. However, in the final moments before the planetary collapse, a very specific legal problem occurred. The vacuum of space does not recognize municipal zoning laws. The sudden removal of the entire residential district constitutes a massive breach of several local building codes and lease agreements. The landlord is understandably upset. Since the property was destroyed by an act of biological instability rather than a natural disaster, the security deposit is officially forfeited. The cosmic entity that was once you is now legally liable for 3 months of unpaid rent and utilities. This is why you should always check your warranty. Subscribe to the What If Club to see what happens when we accidentally delete the moon. We will see you then.